Welcome back to my YouTube channel, CAC and the Spotlight. Since you've made it here, please stop everything, click the like button, subscribe. For today is Halloween, and I'm sharing with you a cautionary tale of a young man who learned out the hard way. A young and experienced man often sees the world through rose-colored glasses. However, after he makes his first intimate contact with the modern-day harlot, the slut, the whore, his world is never the same again. With no further ado, with you, right now, I'm sharing the simp who got clapped up. For most simps, including myself, as I am the main character in this story, I was created to be a simp in everything that I lived through in life. In church, I was told that women were everything nice, like sugar and spice. Men should put them on a high pedestal, and you should worship the ground that they walk on. And as a devout Christian, I was petrified of the thought of spending the rest of my life in hell, because in the Bible it does say that those who commit certain sins against God will burneth in the lake of fire and brimstone for all eternity. And because I was absolutely petrified of burning in hell, in school, I chose to refrain from all of my natural sexual urges and completely forsake any thoughts of finding a female partner to have sexual relationships with. But as I was refraining from sexual activities, I remained a virgin until I was 18 years old. However, all of my friends in high school were highly sexually active from an early age. Some began fucking around at 11 years of age. But for me, I lost my virginity at 18 years of age. The summer before, I would begin taking aviation courses at a private college called Baker in Muskegon, Michigan. And while at Baker, I would be introduced to many other people who were highly sexually promiscuous from an early age. I was introduced to marijuana and alcohol for the first time in my life, and I became part of that crowd. And you know what happens? Alcohol and drugs, that brings about sexual experiences. And that would put me in the prime position to where I would meet the Black Star of Death. Star Jackson is the bitch's name. But unlike the Jackson 5, there was nothing extremely talented about this bitch other than fucking everybody that she encountered. The first time that Star Jackson and I would encounter one another would be in a college required course. And occasionally we would pass each other in the hallways as we frequented the recreation areas, the pool halls, and the basketball courts. And one thing that Star Jackson was very good at, and you'd notice it right off bat, was that she talked to everyone, especially the dudes, the men, the popular men, the basketball stars, those who had some kind of natural allure to them. So when she began talking to me late one evening, naturally I continued the conversation, and that would turn into us having a baby powder fight, and then things would go deeper from there. We would begin hanging out, spending time together, playing pool, playing foosball, and from those small little minor interactions, that would lead to us having more time together, which would result into me and her becoming intimate in my bedroom late one night. And after that one night of intimacy, Star Jackson would come to my dorm room every night consistently to have sex with me. And that would turn into us having an official relationship in the college. And me being the naive, inexperienced young man that I was head over heels to have access to pussy on a daily, consistent basis. And being the very chipper person that I was at that time, I shared this decision that I had made to be this bitch's boyfriend with everybody in the college. And upon sharing that information, people will look at me and give me an awkward, sideways looking face, as if to say, why am I choosing her out of everybody on the campus to be my girlfriend? It will only be after everything was said and done that I would come to find out the totality of who, in fact, Star Jackson truly was. About 2 months after I had announced to everybody that Star Jackson was my new girlfriend and how much I wanted to be the best boyfriend that I could be to her, she transformed from this let's get together and have sex kind of girl into the most evil, sadistic bitch you could ever imagine. If I had brand new clothes, she would cut them up and throw them off the balcony. If she was pissed off for whatever reason, she thought it was okay to slap me or pull my hair. If she felt like she needed to cool off her anger, she felt it okay to disrespect me and make racial insults about my skin color, hair, natural features, the way I pronounce my words, my biracial ethnicity. But in the face of everything, knowing that I am being treated poorly by this girl, I still try to make the best of it. And even much so, I tried to give her the best birthday imaginable. I planned a trip to take her to Cedar Point, and I bought her a season pass to Cedar Point that she could use for the whole year, okay? Because I wanted to be the best boyfriend imaginable. Talk about a fucking simp, okay? So while in Cedar Point, it was a complete and total disaster, a nightmare. I'm doing something extremely special for some bitch who doesn't appreciate anything, and all she wants to do the whole time is insult me, disrespect me, and just use me for whatever the fuck she can get. And late in the fall of the same year, I took a trip from Michigan all the way to her home state of Pennsylvania. And I met her family, and I stayed in her mom's house for 1.5 weeks, which was another hellish experience. And one thing happened while I was there with her family. I would pay attention to the comments that her family would say about her. And the things that they would say, they would raise some red flags. They would say things such as, "Yo crazy ass, you lucky you got this one. You better keep this one. Don't let this one get away. You lucky, you crazy. Don't mess this one up." And the following Christmas holiday, we would go separate ways. I would return back to Flint, Michigan, and she would return back to Pennsylvania with one of her friends and family. And in that moment, one of the most traumatizing things would happen, and I would find out about it. While she was in Pennsylvania with her friend and her family, she had one of her old boyfriends come and visit her, and they would have sex the whole fucking time while she was in Pennsylvania. I will find out about this later on in the year once we both returned back to the college campus. And upon finding that out, I was completely distraught and destroyed, and I knew then in that moment that I had to end this relationship. It was so toxic, so damaging. It wasn't worth it, so I planned me an exit strategy to get that bitch out of my fucking life. So, long story short, I called one of my home girls from Flint, Michigan, who came to Baker College one day, and she picked me up and she drove me back to Flint, Michigan. And that is when I was able to escape the succubus, her goddamn evil demonic spell. When I got back to Flint, Michigan, I noticed that I had developed a certain sensation in my penis when I would wake up in the morning and I would go and take a piss in the bathroom. So one morning I woke up and I noticed that I had a discharge coming from my penis. And I had to go to the doctor and see what the fuck it was. In the doctor's office, he told me that I had been infected with chlamydia and gonorrhea. Wow. Yo. Yeah, your boy got clapped up. From this bitch, I got the clap. So this is the cautionary tale, y'all. If y'all are in a relationship with a girl that you know is highly promiscuous, the best thing you can do is keep your dick in your drawers, pull your pants up, and go home. Kick that bitch out. Protect yourself. But I know some of y'all out there, y'all gonna run the risk. So if you're having sex with anybody who is unsure, who has promiscuous tendencies, throw in a condom. Throw in a condom. Yo, don't risk it. It ain't worth it. I was fortunate. I had gonorrhea and chlamydia, but HIV is out there, y'all. Herpes is out there. Syphilis is out there, y'all. More deadlier STDs are out there. So I gotta be safe, yo. This is your boy, CAC in the Spotlight. And this is my story about how a simp got clapped up. Hit a like button, leave a comment, share this shit, y'all. Be safe. I'm out. Deuces.